Hi, everyone. How are you? I'm very glad to be here. This is my third SheFi summit that I'm speaking in a row. So if you hear something that I'm repeating, then pretend it's all new. So today we're going to talk about ourselves, our digital personas, and how to become more resilient. I sourced a lot of information here of things that really happen to real people that are just like you and me. It doesn't matter where their background is from, it doesn't matter how much money they have. We all face problems with regards to the platforming. So I hope that you find this talk helpful. So we're tethered to a system that both define us and can erase us, really. A quick example, in 2019, I was minding my own business, buying a burrito, and then I realized that my card wasn't working. So I went back home and I was like, what the hell? I'm just going to log back into my bank account. It wasn't logging me in. I see a message. I live in Germany, so I see a message in German. I'm like, okay, this is really complicated. But then I noticed that my bank account had been frozen. And it was a Friday, so I didn't have any tools at all to figure out to troubleshoot the situation. I could only assume things. I hadn't done anything wrong, like of course I was working in crypto, but that was, the German government actually like doesn't mind that. What did I do? The first thing I did was, I needed cash to survive. So I had my wallet, I had my crypto wallets. I gave some USDC to some friends. They gave me cash. They got me out. But then I realized on Monday when I started troubleshooting that my account would be frozen for the next 3 months. So my account was connected to my health insurance. Without health insurance in Germany, health insurance is legally hit. So you actually need to have a health insurance to exist in Germany. So I couldn't pay for it because my account was frozen. I obviously couldn't pay for my rent because my rent was their direct debit from my account. So I had to do all sorts of things. I had to get a dodgy OTC to give me money in a mall. I was so nervous throughout those 3 months. At the end of the day, it wasn't because I was holding crypto. It wasn't also because I was doing anything wrong. It was because my accountant, who had no responsibility for what he did legally by German law, had made some mistakes on the declaration of my VAT. So they decided to freeze my account. I spoke really little German, and I was basically out of the system for 3 months for a mistake of someone else. That's also not liable for that mistake. So it can really happen to everyone. So in order to start this talk, I did an audit of what I'm tethered to. So yeah, I have a bank account. I have three because I'm paranoid now. I have credit cards, PayPal, Kraken, Family. For my Ethereum, I use Aave. I work at Aave and Family as well. Disclaimer: I use Uniswap, Lido, Phantom, Cash, X, Instagram, health insurance. I have a mortgage. I have an iPhone, a MacBook, a Ledger, and all of these other things. Um, so counting them, it looks like I have 21 points of failure and 9 points of resilience there. The resilient points are the ones that are either open source or on the blockchain. The rest is my bank account, my PayPal, my centralized social media, and so on and so forth. So I'm not doing so great. I was better when I got unbanked, and then I went back to, being really compromised. So we could all use some resiliency on our daily lives, and these are basic, very basic things. As I got my bank account shut down, then I did a little survey. I did a survey with my Telegram group where, people from Russia don't have access. They did nothing wrong, but they don't have access to their accounts. I did a survey on Twitter, and you can see there, like you can see Super Rare John, Emily, my friend, she got her account frozen when her dog died. So that's a little bit too much. Diana got her wife shot. John from East Denver as well is there. I had 60 testimonies for this talk. So it can really happen to everyone. But yeah, good news. When it happened to me, like crypto wasn't widespread. I had to go super dodgy, get money from like a guy in a mall that was waiting for me in a corner of a mall. Now, we are critical mass. We get to ask our friends. You're making friends here. Your friends can help you. You have ways to exchange. There's some Bitcoin ATM somewhere. So you are covered. I use family, but the cool thing is that because my wallet is a quite old wallet, I had to migrate it to family. I was looking for a better user experience in general because my MetaMask was a little bit junky and that always makes me freak out. So I chose also one of our products because, I need to test our products as well. I was able to migrate to family really easily. My MetaMask balance is loaded just fine because all MetaMask is also open source. It's also non-custodial. Family is also non-custodial. So I was able to migrate everything. And, if in the future my bank account gets shut down, which might happen, I'm still protected. I can sustain myself and protect myself with crypto. Social media can also shut you down. Um, these are some of the people. Stani got like once shot a tweet where he said that he was Twitter CEO and he got shut down. I have some friends that are sex workers. They get shut down all the time. You can get shut down because you post a photo of a nude that you saw in the Louvre, and then the algorithm of Instagram labels this as a nude, and then you're screwed. So it can really happen to everyone. It happened to Costanza that got in, infinitely banned from Facebook for no reason. Frankie over there had had 7 Twitter accounts. That means that when this gets shut down, then you lose all your connections. You have to start all over again. How many of us have been building our online presence and have made bonds and maybe even got a career thanks to social media? But yeah, in 2024, again, we have the power. We can ditch Web2 and choose resilient social networks. This is my lens. In Lens, my profile is actually an NFT. If I don't like the platforms that I'm using, say that I'm using Orb, then I can switch to any of these clients actually. They all work with my same identity. And when I log into any of them, I have all my connections as well there because all of the connections are on chain. Whenever I need to do something really important on Lens, I am tethered to my wallet as well. So everything is in my control, and having control of your social presence, of your digital presence, means having control over your social capital. While none of us have financial capital, we do all have social capital, and we better understand its importance. So yeah, I was drawing some numbers with regards to being underbanked. I don't know if all of you understand what's unbanked and what's underbanked. Unbanked is obviously everyone that doesn't have a bank account, but underbanked are a lot more people. Underbanked is when when you have a bank account, but you can't access a lot of the financial products. Some of them are mortgages, for example. A lot of us get declined of mortgages all the time. Obviously, investing on stocks, on derivatives, there are other ways to be underbanked. This happens to 14.1 of U.S. households. I think in other countries it's even higher. And of course, there's 1.4 billion people globally that remain unbanked or underbanked. And it's not about rich or poor. It can happen to everyone. Here, I actually added it in my first SheFi summit in Brussels. I talked about the times that I got rejected from a mortgage and what I did. It's true. These are my rejection emails. This is from my friend Dean. I'm sorry, but there is nothing I can do for you. German banks will not loan you any money because you have a startup. That's a lot of us have a startup. Germany welcomes entrepreneurs, actually, but then they don't give them, then they deem them high risk, and then you can't get a mortgage to get a house, which is, something basic. Ellie from our Telegram group, she has been banned from many financial services in America because she has been in a few lists, and lists can be because you accrue medical debt. And honestly, in America, who is exempt from medical debt? These things are very real. And, I don't know if you have ever been in the position of needing to access a loan, but this can happen too. But yeah, with Aave, I can actually take loans in stablecoins and tokens. I can supply and fuel the market. Now I'm on both sides. I'm actually paying for the remodeling of my house with an Aave loan because, I can do it. With Uniswap, I trade to invest, save, and supply liquidity. I'm part of the financial system. I'm fully banked, but I'm fully banked on chain. And for example, with great products as Gnosis Pay, I tested my credit card to my non-custodial crypto wallet, and I'm able, for example, this is wild. But with Gnosis, I can actually get a loan on Aave, deposit stuff on my crypto wallet, and then I can use my credit card with that balance. And that's a little bit risky, but if you know what you're doing, or you just don't invest what you can't afford to lose, then you can play with these things. So yeah, censorship deplatforming, everything, they're everyday occurrences. You can oh, I got a word deleted there. You can lose everything in a flash. So there are many technologies and products that can help us. I showed you a couple now, but then I was like, I'm not doing good enough. And I found the Web3 privacy guys online. They're creating all of these images with the stacks that people use, and a lot of them are not blockchain actually. So Vitalik uses a lot of blockchain stuff, but for example, Audrey Tan, she was the the digital minister of Taiwan, and look at her stack. None of those logos are things that you would recognize, except maybe Signal over there. But they're all alternative, free, open source platforms that you can use to become more resilient as well. They're not fully exempt from censorship, but they get you to a place where you can become a little bit more resilient. So, this is an invitation, basically, to build your own stack, to do a self-audit like the one that I did for myself, and to see what you can improve. Of course, it's not an invitation to ditch everything, to, become to go outside of society. It's just tools that make us feel a little bit more secure about what we are, and make us become a little bit less fragile and a little bit less dependent. Thank you.